Man, what's up, my brother? What's up? I'm glad you posted that information, y'all. So listen, man, y'all take a look at this video. Do not scroll. Listen, if you want to know what's going on, you want to know why you keep getting sick, you want to really figure this shit out, stop right here. Don't scroll. Pay attention, because I'm about to break something down to you. It's very complex. It is not easy to understand. Just know this. If you ask me why they're doing this, then ask yourself, why do people do violence every day? Okay? So let's get to it. Look, this is the nitrogen dioxide. We got to understand these symptoms, because these symptoms are very similar to another thing that they're trying to put out there and act like it's going on, which they call is the bee flu. I'm not going to say the actual name, but I'm just going to put it out there as it's the bird flu. So the reason why they call it the bird flu is because there's other things up there that's flying that's putting it out there. That's a big giant fucking bird. Like, it's a big bird that carries people and things like that, right? That's the reason why it's called that. Just to put that out there for you so you can actually know. Now, let's get to the symptoms here. It can cause irritation to the eyes, the nose, the throat, slight cough, or it's going to be a vicious cough, mild fatigue, nausea. Breathing high levels of NO2 can cause severe coughing, choking, headache, nausea, abdominal pain, shortness of breath. Long-term exposure can contribute to the development of asthma, potentially increase susceptibility to respiratory infections. Now, the skin, it can also irritate. Now, why? Because nitrogen dioxide, when it hits moisture, it turns into a nitric acid, which burns. So when you start sneezing and you start blowing your nose, or your nose gets to running and it's getting on your skin, and you wipe your nose and you feel that burn, that's nitrogen dioxide or sulfur dioxide. Okay? Understand that. That's exactly what it is. Okay? Please listen to me when I'm telling you that. This can also cause fluid buildup in the lungs. Same thing as ozone. Ozone can cause that immediately. It reduces oxygenation of the body tissues. This is going to cause muscle spasms. If you're having that muscle spasm, there you go. Okay, we've already talked about the serious burns, but it can get really serious. All right, let's get to the next one. It can also cause conjunctivitis, the pink eye, is what they call the pink eye, because it irritates the eye. You start itching and scratching. You don't know that this shit is on your skin. It's making you irritated, and you're rubbing it right into your eye, and boom, pink eye. Okay, let's get to the next one. Now, here we go. We have the bird flu. Look at the bird flu. Fever, sore throat, cough, stuffy runny nose, nausea, vomiting, fatigue, muscle aches, muscle spasms, diarrhea. Yes, you can get diarrhea from too much exposure of NO2 and other chemicals that is present in the atmosphere. Shortness of breath. Yes, you can. Tightness in the chest. Pink eye. Here we go. We know what type of bird that is. It's one of them big ass birds. Giant bird. You ever seen that giant bird? Like a dinosaur, right? Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Pay attention. That giant bird also has fuel in it, okay? Just in case you didn't know what I was talking about. All right, as we can see here, the ozone took off. When that ozone hits over like 15, even if ozone goes over like 5, honestly, it's too much, because that is radiation. This is not ozone from the sun. This is overnight ozone. Look, you see the time at the top? That was 5:40 in the morning. The sun was not really even coming up yet, I don't think, if I'm not mistaken. It was still dark outside. Let's get to the next one. Now, this is my location, the PM 2.5. I've been at risk for this shit over the past 3 years. Okay? And especially over this past year, it's been consistently every single motherfucking day I've been at risk for PM 2.5, which we're going to take a look at that next, and look at what happened on the December the 21st going into December the 22nd. Look how that motherfucker spiked. This motherfucker actually been spiking a week prior to this. So this was just spiking by itself. But we're going to get into the next one. This is the PM10. The PM10 also has been off the chain all motherfucking year. Listen, we got to stand up and bug up. We got to get to these community meetings in Cook County, and we got to really show our voices. We cannot keep playing with these people, because as we see, they don't have our best interests at heart, and we need to get them the fuck out of that office. Every single last one of them. Okay? That was the PM10 levels overnight. Just because it didn't go over the 45 does not mean it was not effective. Yes, it was. It still did its thing as well at that particular level. Please understand that. I know by experience. I know what I'm feeling when I feel it myself. Okay? That's why I'm teaching you guys. This is the nitrogen dioxide. Now, the reason this went up was because of the frigid cold that day, right? Nature does not produce nitrogen dioxide. Nature does not produce nitrogen dioxide. Cell towers do. Satellites do. Smart streetlights do. Nature does not produce this. You can go look at Alaska air quality, and you will not see nitrogen dioxide raised all crazy looking like this. You won't see it. You won't see it. You won't see it. I've already looked, and Alaska is fucking cold. Okay? And this was the frigid weather. See, that's that bone aching cold, but that's what nitrogen does to you. When you get a dose of nitrogen where it freezes, it aches your bone. We're not supposed to be getting that type of freeze. Do you understand? That's not normal. And this is where it shows you, we got to get acquainted with these numbers. That 33 is too high. That 16 is too high for the PM2.5. The nitrogen dioxide is too high at 50. That was double the amount of the required for that daily requirement. The ozone is too high. The CO, of course, we're burning furnaces and things like that. You're going to see that raise up. But I'm not really worried about carbon monoxide or dioxide, whichever one they want to call it. The CO2 is too high, right? That should be at 0. I don't give a fuck. It should be at 0. Now, look at the PM10 and the PM2.5. They carry bacteria. Bacteria, you see the bacteria. Look down the types of bacteria. The common bacteria found in PM2.5 and 10, the species from the genre of the Pseudomonas, the strep. I just got an article that talks about the strep. So we understand what's in the air and what's coming. You need to know so you know how to better prepare yourself for this, okay? I'm going to come with solutions for this as well so we can get to it, all right? I might not have enough time on this video. All right, and we've actually went through all of this already. So that was pretty much the last one, was this here. Get familiar, screenshot this, and get familiar with these bacteria. Come on, bro. I need your help. We got to start passing this shit like they passing Diddy information. Like, we really got to pass this shit like they was passing the Epstein information, like they was passing the Trump information. Like, we got to really pass this shit because our Robert F. Kennedy needs help. He can't do this by himself. He just can't. All right? Peace.